environment. So under the umbrella of the Water Sustainability Action Plan for British Columbia, we have a series of Convening for Action in Metro Vancouver. Today is a collaboration between the City of Surrey, the Water Balance Model Intergovernmental Partnership, and the Green Infrastructure Partnership, and we put together this day. What does that mean to you? Well, most of you are all practitioners, and you cover a wide variety of disciplines, of functions, and each of you in your daily lives have some relationship to basically water and drainage and how we deal with it. So we have overarching groups like the Green Infrastructure Partnership and the Water Balance Model Group. And we've had over the years, the region has been fortunate in the foresight to develop quite a bit of policy documents, overarching documents about how to do things better, how to deal with stormwater. And in the middle of that, again, this morning, a lot of you are practitioners, and so the way you do your daily business should be guided by some of these policies. But just as you can see on this slide, there's quite a bit of them. And I think we need forums like this to advance the practice on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. So why are we interested in this at the City of Surrey? Well, we're now at a point where we want to move more from pilot projects, pilot areas, to the new business as usual. We've been involved in developing sustainable drainage guidelines in neighborhoods for almost 15 years. As you saw John this morning, and I remember back, I think it was 1998, when we first met in my office, and he was looking at that development in East Clayton, and then we had discussions on how we can do things better. And I think that has evolved over the years to provide us quite a bit of insight. We've also targeted watershed-based planning in Surrey for over 20 years. And we're also blessed with having if some of you are familiar with Surrey, and a lot of you are quite familiar with Surrey. We're fortunate that we had most of our creeks and waterways are still open. They haven't been covered, they haven't been piped. And that has to do with our natural drainage policy that was from the 70s. Probably a big impetus in that was cost at the time, to use the natural systems as the outlet for drainage as opposed to creating big pipe systems. But at the same time, what it has done today is that most of our creeks and waterways in the city are natural. So today we wanted to ensure that we have all your varied perspectives, and that we basically bridge the gap between different perspectives of different groups of people. And so we want to essentially close the gap between the practitioners and the policies that are out there. So I do encourage you through the day to contribute to the overall forum. It'll only be successful if you ask questions, if you can provide your opinions, and if we all get together and discuss the issues we face. I put this slide up just to give people an understanding of kind of where it happens. And at the City of Surrey, we probably implement about $30 million worth of drainage works every year. And of those drainage works, a vast majority is done through development projects. That's probably because we also develop quite a bit in Surrey. And a lot of it's through city projects. And basically, when we do some of these sustainable features, it's important to understand that most of them will come through the development process. So today's objective is to bridge the provincial, regional, and local rainwater management objectives with on-the-ground realities, to communicate our perspectives, and to move forward with the standardized, applicable, predictable solutions to rainwater management. So as I was touching base a few minutes ago, what we want to hear about you in this forum is your experiences, your ideas, some of your solutions you've encountered or that you're thinking about, and your concerns with some of the issues that you hear from others. So today's agenda in the morning, the theme is about on the ground in Surrey. And so we'll give you historical context and overview. We'll talk about the East Clayton neighborhood and other projects in Surrey. And then we'll exchange amongst ourselves. And in the afternoon, it's a broader context, it's more the policy related context, the provincial, regional context, opportunities for law and policy, and the water balance model, which is, if you're not familiar, a very useful tool when you start planning and designing for these kinds of systems.